Welcome to Playing the Big, Beautiful Long Game, where entrepreneurship meets spirituality. In this podcast, we explore the intersection of personal fulfillment, spiritual growth, and business success. This podcast delves into the idea that entrepreneurship is not just about profits or growing businesses. It's also about embracing purpose, meaning, and inner growth. Each episode features conversations with entrepreneurs and thought leaders who share their journeys of building businesses that align with their highest values and deepest calling. I'm your host, Debbie Zita. Sit back, relax, and thank you for being here. Welcome, beautiful Zoe. Yay!
For having me.
Yay, because I know you since we were kids, so I'm like a little bit like, it's Zoe.
I used to swim in your parents' pool.
Did you?
When I was like 6. Yeah.
Know that?
You didn't? Yeah.
No, I didn't know that. So
Yeah.
welcome to the podcast, everyone.
Okay, welcome, everyone.
Oh my God, I didn't know that. We did have a beautiful, like, lagoon style, gorgeous pool. Yeah. Oh. Okay, flashbacks.
I know it's like it's this crazy, like, it's crazy how the world works.
It is absolutely crazy. Can you let the audience know? Because I'm like about to just go, oh my God, girl, tell me what's been, which like we'll do that too. But I'm also wearing my podcast hat. So let the audience know who you are and what it is that you do.
So I'm Zoe. I'm a spray tanner by accident. I'm a single mum to a beautiful 7-year-old. And I'm the founder behind the tanning brand Ohh My Glo. So here we are.
Ohh My Glo. And okay, so for anyone who doesn't know Ohh My Glo, so, and we haven't caught up, like we've not had a chance to like actually, like I don't know what's going on. All I know is I'm seeing you online and I'm like, what? Like Chemist Warehouse and like all these crazy things. There's probably things I've missed as well. So just like, okay, hold up, girlfriend. Like, can you just walk us through how, how?
I don't even know. Like, how did I get here? So I've got a creative background. I studied visual merchandising when I finished school. And then I was in advertising, and then my mum got sick and I started working on her business.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
side note, I loved your mum so much.
Yeah, she was the best. So I'm going to try not get emotional.
I know, I'm like, we probably both will. So I'm sorry, but I just had to.
Fine. I think it's
yeah,
it is what it is, and I think this is what we're here for, just to be real. So,
yes.
So my mum was unwell, and then as she was being palliated, I said, okay, she had a small business that she'd run for years. My dad actually started it. She took over. And so I did that. And then in the midst of it, I left my full-time job. It was just all too much for me. And I was just getting really shit spray tans. And I was just like, why am I paying for this? Like, I either look like I'd rolled in mud. I'm a pale ranger, for anyone listening. So sorry.
I love you so much and I've missed you.
So I was just like, I'd either look like I was like, I couldn't leave the house. Like I was like terracotta pot or still see-through. And I was like, they just don't get me. And it was potluck who you get. Like you go there and you're just like, sometimes it was a good turn. And I was just like, stuff this. I'm going to buy my own stuff. So I did. I bought a tent. I bought a spray gun.
I remember that because I was there. Yeah, well, I had probably 2 or 3, maybe only one, but it was a handful of. I think it was more than one in your garage.
Yeah, babe. This was
get your gear off and
get. This was 11 years ago. This was like.
This is before that. Okay.
This is before that. So I was starting from fresh. So I was like, I can do this. I had no idea what I was doing. I got an easel. I was like practicing. I was practicing on my friends. It was so bad. And then eventually I got really good at it. And I was like, oh my God, like I've got a hidden talent. So I started that while working for mum's business, sold mum's business, was working for Live Nation part-time. And then all of a sudden I got like all these followers on my Instagram and I was like, what the hell is going on? And the Urban List had written an article about Tan by Zoe.
Oh, wow.
That's my tanning business. And so that kind of blew up, took off.
Wow.
Then like fast forward COVID 2020, I obviously couldn't work. So it was like face-to-face
Right.
business. And yeah, my business shut down. I had to work. So I was like, I had to, my daughter was 1.5. So it was hectic.
Yeah.
And then, so I ended up working in healthcare mid 2021. And I was like,
Wow.
yeah, and like it was great. But I was like, this is what am I doing? Like, how did I get here? So I spoke to some entrepreneurs and I was like, I need to come up with a product that is going to pay the bills, like
Wow.
while I'm not working, because like who knows how long that would have gone on for.
Yes.
Yeah, so there was a powder product on the market. So basically I don't know if anyone has ever had a spray tan or a fake tan or whatever, but once after the aftermath, you feel really sticky and you just kind of deal with it. So, and there was a powder product that I would use on my clients, but you had to brush it on and like get in like the thighs and like awkward spots. And so I did an online course. It was a founder course. It was called Founder.
Yeah.
And they said you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You just get a product and make it better.
Yep.
So with the powder product, I spoke to manufacturers, entrepreneurs, gave me all these details, and eventually I came up with Australia's first setting spray for self-tan. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's huge.
I know. I'm kind of like, it's one of those products where you're like, oh, it's a really good idea. But like I came up with it. So I'm like still a bit shocked.
No, but that's incredible. And it's like, can you walk us through like what is the process from creation and ideation and to all of that stuff? Like how does that happen?
Oh, it was like from the time I came up with the concept, it was about 19 months.
There's a while there. It's not like a month and then it's like when you say things like, oh, it blew up, I think often we as the witness, we're like,
Yeah.
oh, she's an overnight success.
No.
And what I know from 25 years in human behavior is no one's an overnight success.
Absolutely not. There's so many like sleepless nights and doubting yourself. And it took me ages to save up. I funded it myself.
Yeah, go girl. I'm the same with my stuff as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's really empowering. I think it's just like we did this on our own.
Yeah, that's bootstrapping. That's bootstrapping. You sell something or you do something and then you bring it in and then you hire someone for marketing or something for sale, whatever the pieces are, but you bootstrap. And there's pros and cons. I'm at the point now where I'm like, all right, I don't want to bootstrap. I want to build this like strong because I feel like the bootstrapping was almost like I felt it was a bit slapstick for me, not necessarily for you or anyone else. And I'm just in a different place now where I'm like, hold up, I can see so many gaps now. And that's a blessing
like how many
too.
hats can you wear,
Right. Especially in this current climate, right? LinkedIn, Insta, TikTok, that's just the marketing. What about the actual client delivery or the servicing? How do you do all those things? Your team, communication, your own mindset, your bills to pay, and then raising kids and divorce, which I know we've both, been through our personal struggles as well. It's massive.
Yeah. Yeah. I think as women, you just keep going. And also when life throws shit at you, you've got no choice. You've just got to keep going. So it didn't happen overnight. It was many conversations with manufacturers. I'm obviously not a chemist. I spoke to one, I hired one.
Yes.
To just be like, I need something to spray on to my clients that's quick, effective, they can take home with them. They can spray it on the toilet seat so you don't get those ugly tan marks. And it was sample after sample after sample. And these manufacturers were unbelievable in Australia. Like, I obviously had no idea what I was doing. I just knew exactly what I wanted. And I just practiced I tested on my clients and I finally nailed it.
Oh my God, that must have walk us through the moment when you realized like that you had something here.
Okay, so I remember thinking, oh my God, like this could be it. like this could be huge. And I remember getting the first sample and I loved it. It was just like a few things weren't right. And I was thinking, if this works on my tan to set it and take the stickiness away, I'm onto something.
Wow.
And so I remember I went to my garage, spray tanned myself. I sprayed the setting spray on and I was like, oh my God, it works. It was like, this is it. And from then on, I was like, got to do this. Whatever it takes, I'm doing this. And here we are. Like,
and then tell us like that, what was like the next kind of like milestone of like how you know, because there's the thing is, I don't know about you, but there's no made it. Like people think, I don't know what people think, but often we talk about, oh, she's made it or they're successful. There's levels, there's layers, there's pieces, but there'll be moments for you that you're like, that's a milestone that I'm really proud of. And one was that moment of like, oh, it works.
Yeah.
What was the next milestone that you're like?
The next milestone was, also, I just want to step back a bit and really just say to anyone who is starting a business, it doesn't have to be perfect to get it out there. Like my first batch of products had a sticker around the can. It didn't look amazing, but I was like, this is all I can afford. This is all I've got.
Yes.
Also, someone sent me, it was kind of like a DIY PR. And so I was like, stuff it. So I did my own PR, did my own press sheet, sent it out, and I sent my products to Mamma Mia.
Wow.
And then I actually emailed, I received an email one day and they were like, oh yeah, we've popped you on a podcast. And I was like, well, we mentioned you in what was it? It was You Beauty. So it was like it was one of their like up and coming products, and
wow,
something that you can take to travel with. And so I sat there and listened to it and I was just like, are you joking? So
sweetheart, it's
just
amazing.
little moments like that, they're few and far between, but they really that was my next like wow moment where I was like, how are people talking about this? How are they interested in this product?
So amazing. And then from there to then like me seeing you on Insta with like Chemist Warehouse behind you, like was there other things between that moment and then Chemist Warehouse as well?
Yeah, like 3 years, divorce.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Hustling, like many days of just you know, I think I probably would be further than where I am if it wasn't for these setbacks, but wouldn't change a thing. And yeah, I guess just speaking to the right people, hustling. How I got here, there's many speed humps, but it doesn't happen overnight, but here we are.
Many speed humps and probably many obstacles
Many obstacles.
Yeah.
Many like going through, I hired a PR agency, marketing agency. It's just, to be honest, I think it's just money out the window for me personally.
I know I've had so many learnings and I'd love to talk to you more about those learnings too, right? Because we need to have these different things, and we've got like wildly different businesses, but still, business, there's a few things you need. You need to, again, mindset has to be sorted. You got to have a product or a service that people actually want to purchase. So, market matching, you got to know your avatar, target audience. You got to have something with sales, something with marketing, and good accounting, good lawyers, and all the different things for the infrastructure for things to work, right?
Yeah.
But essentially it's like you have to, I'm like, oh man, I've lost my train of thought. You're my fourth podcast for the day.
Oh, really?
On top of very little sleep, because I've been doing my speaking gigs to large stages, which I'm very grateful
if this isn't hustling, I don't know what is, girl.
Learnings. So the learnings along, thank you for just reminding me. Have a good night's sleep and know who you're speaking to on your podcast. No, but so funny. But some of those learnings around, what were they for you? If you could like look back and go, okay, top 3 learnings, what would they be?
I think just what have I learned? Just don't give up. Like always just fall back on the why you're doing it. You're going to have internal battles with yourself. Just like keep grounded, just lean on people who are going to be there and like bring you up. You're going to have your shit days, you're going to have your good days. And I think it's just like, it's not about you're always learning, you're always going to doubt yourself, but just always check in with yourself and just like there's moments where I'm like, what am I doing? And then I'll get an order from someone who's purchased for the 4th time. And I'm just like, okay,
It still works.
You know what I mean? Like it kind of empowers you and you're just like, this is why I'm doing it. Like slap yourself in the face and just like, wake up, Zoe. Like you got this. Keep going.
Yeah, it's the feedback from the customers, it's the purchasing, the positive reviews, it's all those beautiful things because we need to have that, right? You can't just keep going on faith and desire alone. Like you have to have those things coming back at you to give you that motivation and inspiration to keep going. Like you've got to have the sales. That's the lifeblood of your business. You've got to have the good reviews. You've got to have those things. You'll have the others. That's unavoidable, right? We all have them.
You can't please everyone.
No, you can't. And that was a huge thing for me as a woman growing up in the time and generation and family that I did. It was like, oh my God, such a people pleaser and everyone has to love me. And then the whole heart-centered thing, which is the space I play in, but I've moved away from that this year going, well, I need my empowerment back. Because it's all very good to love every being and love and light to the world, but also that has to include me. Otherwise, this whole ship sinks.
Yeah.
So filling up my cup.
If you're not okay, you can't look after yourself or anyone else.
Absolutely not. And I've got a few talks and things coming out where I disclose more about some of those very challenging states of being that are awfully sad. But I think at this time where we're at on the planet also need to be spoken about. But, like the mental health challenges of being an entrepreneur and business owner, the uncertainty and sometimes the judgment. I don't know if you've had this, but judgment of family and friends who just don't really get what you're doing. I didn't have anyone who really understood that. I unfortunately lost a lot of friends as well. So the friends that I had, I lost them and I already lost mum and nana and other people. So I was like, what is going on? Yeah. So I found myself really isolated, but I always fell back in on, I want to still be of service and I want to use those experiences to be able to help others and help myself. And this too shall pass.
Yeah. So nothing lasts forever. I'm always here for you, babe.
Oh, thank you. I know I could have, I should have. I went into my shell. I felt a lot of shame and embarrassment about things that, just moving away from what I felt my mother would have wanted from me.
Right.
And then just, I think, put a brick wall up to a lot of people that I did know. And maybe it was my projection that I didn't have people who saw me and loved me. Maybe they were there, but I didn't sort of let them in. It's sort of hard to tell. But it's okay. I'm sharing now from scars, as one of my beautiful podcast guests recently taught me. I'm sharing from my scars, not from open wounds. These days I have a beautiful, loving, really supportive life partner. My son is older, so that's easier as well.
Yeah.
And I've got a core group of friends I've found that really see me and love me and challenge me and support me. And they're all entrepreneurs and business owners like me. I think you need to be around your tribe.
I think it's hard, sometimes it takes time to build your tribe up.
Yeah.
And you seem really happy. I'm really happy for you.
Thank you, sweetheart. Yeah, finally in my 40s, I found myself, which is what my framework is.
I think you just learn, like, I'm 40, and I think you just learn, like we've been through a lot in our lives, lots of loss and struggles and hurdles, and I think what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And when you're 40, you're just like, don't give a shit anymore. Like, I don't care what you think. I had that Kelly Clarkson song blasting all day yesterday. But it doesn't kill you, it makes you strong. I clearly did not take after my dad, who's a singer. But yeah, whatever it takes, right? And I know what I was going to ask is, you talk about marketing. You were saying that, like, you put this money into it, and I've had similar experiences. And the marketing piece has been the hardest piece for me. Have you found that as well? It's like, because yes.
Yeah,
because I think it's I think at the end of the day, spending so much money on marketing makes me feel sick.
Yeah.
I really think that people want to hear your personal story and they want to support small businesses. You know, at one point I was like trying to make Ohh My Glo this massive business. I was like, you know what? It's not. It's a small business. It's just me. And I think people appreciate the struggles. So I've actually started an Instagram with my personal brand. And
Yeah.
then I've got my Ohh My Glo. And I'm just kind of raw and real in me. And I'm just like, it is what it is. Love me or hate me. But I'm also, I think, yeah, it's tricky. And I think, you know, you can fall into these holes of putting all your money into Meta and getting sucked into these agencies who like promise the world, deliver
I know, right?
absolutely nothing. Like
No.
I can't. Like I can't.
I've had an experience recently. They were actually really lovely. Really, really tried to do the right thing, but it just mine is so niche, and I had some
Mhm.
success with it, and I'm glad that I did follow that path, and I may re-engage them. But it also, what it did was show me the gaps in my business
Yeah.
around the closing
Yeah.
process and the pitch and all these things. And at best, it was kind of a break-even scenario, as opposed to these like beautiful, lofty bro marketing goals that they were claiming to have. And I was very strict with them, going like, hey, listen, guys, like this is the shit I've been through. This is my personal money. Like, are we actually doing
Same.
this?
Yeah,
And
and they're like they're like your hype girl, like they're behind you and they're like, we've got this, we're
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
change the world and be a
yeah,
household name, and then it's just like when you need them to deliver, they just don't.
yeah. Yeah, well, and again, I think ours was a combination of the gaps that were in my business. So I'm still thinking, is it worth re-engaging? But I think I got a bit lucky with who they were, because they were actually really responsive. They were like one of the better ones. But I'm glad we're talking about it, because I think we need to demystify that that's a thing that happens, that that new people come into business, or
Yeah,
women
yeah,
that are single mums and haven't slept, and they maybe have a business acumen, but they're just bloody exhausted, and
yeah,
they're making decisions based on someone else going, yeah, yeah, rah, rah, rah. And then it's like, oh my God, they've lost, 10, 20, 30K, whatever it is, that you'll never see again. So just how do we, again, for the listeners and watchers, how can we make those decisions? Or what's your guidance on how we can make those decisions that are right, best, and true for our specific business?
isn't that the $1 million question?
You're like, you tell me and I'll pay you for, like, I know, right? It's,
I
I
mean, I
have
wish
my
I could
answer, but
answer it. I don't know. I reckon just look at the niche you're in, look at what people are doing in that particular field and what they're doing well and how they're engaging and what's working and what's not, rather than just trusting in this agency who's going to promise you everything, maybe not deliver, maybe, but it's also constantly like stepping back a bit with the agencies. It's like you may have, like I may have had really good like creatives for Instagram and Facebook. And
yeah.
initially the sales are coming in, but you've got to keep going. You've got to keep
Oh,
refining the UGC and the creatives and getting different approaches. Like it is so overwhelming.
it is.
And meanwhile, the money is just like ticking over and you're
I
like,
know,
shit,
right?
shit, like I've got to. So I think like there's a few people that I'm following now, like on
Mm.
TikTok, and just being like, oh, they're just laying it all out. Like they're just raw, the good, the bad, the ugly, and people just love it. And I think just being engaging and just like no bullshit and just, and I think also you've got to also have a good product or service to back it up.
Yeah, that's true. It's got to be solid.
It's got to be
And
solid, or
that's,
else
yeah.
what have
Well,
you got?
it's the gaps appear, and that's the thing about taking that momentum, as we spoke about before, and like not getting stuck in that perfectionist sort of space.
Yeah,
But then
yeah,
also knowing that as you take that momentum, you will wake up to go, oh my God, that team member didn't do this, or this part of the thing's not quite working. And so you just have to keep refining it. And I work from a place of deep integrity and want to offer the best, yet at the same time, it is only me, or it's a very small team I have, and there are things that aren't perfect. And what I found with that is just being transparent and going, I think I'm sending too many emails, Our communication's not clean. We've just switched over CRMs. I'm really sorry. Like, we're really trying. And I can see I've got people that are like, I'm behind you. I love you. It doesn't bother me. Thanks for like, it's a bit
At
stressful.
least I think they appreciate the honesty.
They do. And others are just like, this isn't for me. And it's like, that's okay. Like, I get that. That's fine. That's fine. Because this is where I'm at right now.
It's fine. At the time, you're like, what do you mean? Like, why are you leaving me?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know what? That's okay. Off you go.
That's okay.
You'll engage with someone else.
What I've also learned is, I give my heart and soul with what I do. It's service-based. It's a coaching, mentoring space. There's a lot of transformation that happens. And because I've been through so much, I know just speaking with me allows people to have those shifts. So I feel like the admin piece and all those things, yes, of course it has to work. And my team and I are always working on it. But I think the heart and soul I bring, if anything's not 100,000,000% perfect, again, those that love and see me are like, we got you, girl. It's okay. Yeah, and I've learned that those that haven't, and they leave, they're making space for those others that love.
Exactly. Making space for those that actually you'll make a difference for.
Exactly. What else should we talk about? Do you want to go? I mean, I know we've got our beautiful questions there, but I also know that we wanted to just kind of chat. Life, business, kids. I have a memory of a video that you did on Insta, and I wish I knew what you said, but I was still back in like my post-divorce kind of era before I met my life partner. My son was quite little, and you just had your baby girl, and it was the funniest video. She looked at you, she said something, and you like side glanced, and it was like, I think for about a month, my son Jonah and I were like watching that on repeat every night. Like he'd go to school. I wish I knew, and I wish I'd sent it to you so I could resend it to myself now, but it just had us completely.
Honestly, she's the best. Like, she's literally, it's so uncanny. She's literally Mary, my mum, like reincarnated. She's got the sweetest soul, but she's also really funny and just like comes out with this like random stuff. And I kind of just like really playful with her. And I think it's like we just have a lot of fun. I'm also her mum, but I love that you remember that.
Oh my God, it was like we were just, it was challenging because we just broke up, and there were things going on, and so it was just those days back then felt like 1,000 years for me. Like they were hardcore. And I just remember lying in bed with my son and just like needing like something, like I was meditating and doing all of that, and that's beautiful, but sometimes you just got to laugh and just
100%.
And that video, and again, I wish I had that. I have to find it. Hey honey,
when was this? What year?
This would have been back in like 2016, 2017.
Well, she was only born in 2018.
Oh, okay. Then it would have been 20. Okay, so scratch that then.
You know what? It's all blurry.
It would have been. Blurry. So when was, so 20, so it might have been 2018?
Yeah.
When was she, sorry, I hope this is interesting enough for the listeners out of the conversation, but so when was she born?
So mid 2018, June 2018.
Okay, so it must have been 2018. And that was a very, very tough.
I really want to find it.
You've got to find it. Okay. She was little, and there was just, I know, it was so adorable.
You know what? I'm just glad. Baby. Something I posted, I probably thought like, is anyone?
Jonah and I watched it on repeat. Yeah.
She's amazing. She literally, look what she makes all these like things for me. Like, I love Oh My Glo.
Oh my God. That's adorable. I want to ask
going on the hard days.
That's so beautiful. Can you share with us what's next for you? Like, we've spoken about the past and the journey. Where to from here?
So I think building the personal brand, and just because, I only let the marketing agency go a few months ago, and I'm just like, I've hired my best mate as like my sidekick. She's working part-time, and we're just, I don't know, so I'm in Chemist Warehouse Marketplace and Kogan Marketplace, but I want to get into stores. So I really want to build a business, build a brand, get it out there, and just take over the tanning world.
Yeah, amazing. 100%.
Like, no one has a product like this. It's like world's first setting spray for fake tans. We've also got a whole range of fake tans, tan remover, accessories. So it's like a one-stop shop. So yeah, I think next I'm really focused on what I need to do, and I'm really excited. And I'm just like, I've got good people behind me, great friends, and just, I don't know, just doing my best, really.
Take on the tanning world. Get yourself into that. You already are that position where you have just taken center stage on that.
Yeah.
That's your thing. That's what you're.
That's my thing. And I think people relate, like pale red hair, they're like, oh my God, she gets me, you know. I get how to like give a normal tan, it's just, and just make people feel comfortable. And
Do.
I think tanning shouldn't be so intimidating. It is, but we make it really easy.
Are you also, because what I remember and I know my timeline's all skew-iffy, but when I would go to you for tans, because I was working in fashion for a while. I've actually been working in fashion on and off most of my life up until just maybe 7, 8 years ago when this became my thing. But I started off in ladies retail, then I went and studied styling, and then I would work in
I
ladies
had no
fashion.
idea.
Yeah. So I love. It's not like I love fashion. I'm not that person. Like I love fashion. What I love is making women feel amazing.
Yeah.
And I love dressing up. Like you probably remember my mum and my nana, very kind of like European family. Put yourself
Your
together.
mum, I don't think I ever saw her without eyeliner and eyeshadow.
Yeah,
And a full hair. She's
something
the
else. I wasn't allowed to leave the house without makeup on, which is like it's hilarious, but dare I leave the house at the age of like 11 because my husband might be at 7-Eleven and I have to have a full face on. Like, oh my God. So
typical
like
Jewish
I
mum.
should do like a whole stand-up comedy thing about this. She meant well, but it was such bad programming. So I literally had a full face of makeup until I was 27 and pregnant when she died. And I was like, I'm not wearing makeup anymore.
Oh my gosh.
I like rebelled.
Plain face for life.
Yeah. But I was in
Wow.
fashion, yeah, and I loved helping women to connect with themselves. Like I loved the colors and the shapes and the all that stuff. And would have been working in fashion when you tanned me. So I would have dressed people for the Logies and done like wardrobe styling and all sorts of things like that. So I would have come to you for an event and you spray tanned me and you were so funny. You were so gorgeous. It was again such a hard time of my life and you just made me giggle and you're so cheeky. Obviously, I also know you from childhood, so it makes a difference.
I
But
don't
it
really
was
have
just
a
the best.
filter, so
I love
sorry.
you for that. And my tanning years, I can think back to the 90s, and it was like the Oompa Loompa looking, bright orange. No
I
good.
don't even know when spray tanning started. It wasn't when I remember like 98 getting the Latan off the shelf. It stunk. Went on clear. You'd be like, fingers crossed, wake up and you're like a zebra. You're like, oh.
Yeah, and I'd rock up to like ballet and jazz classes because I did ballet jazz for years and years, like Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday nights, Saturday
Oh,
day, like all
wow.
day. And I'd be like a few of us would have like tanned up for some, I don't know, event or something at like 13. Why do you need to tan at 13? Anyway. And then you just like you're in your leotard and everyone just like stank.
Oh my, but I think that's what you do, like because there's the bright lights and you don't want to look like you don't want to, look
You could
see-through.
always like, and you could tell on the stage like who was wearing the fake tan. You could tell by the visual and by the smell,
Oh my
right?
God, it would waft.
It would waft.
All our stuff is unscented. I'm not into that.
That's
Honestly,
good.
like
That's really
there's
good.
nothing cute. Like if you're getting it spray tan and you're going to look cute, why stink?
That's so true. Do you want to walk us through your favorite product? I think you mentioned it was the setting spray, but you mentioned like you've got a few different things, one-stop shop.
One
Maybe
stop
tell
shop.
us more. Yeah.
So, well, I mean, obviously the setting spray because it's the biggest pain point from me. I've like been tanning myself for like 28 years. And every time I would tan myself and just walk around and just deal with it, like deal with the stickiness and like not want to like touch anything or do anything. Sheets were covered, toilets were covered. So for me, my favorite product it's the setting spray.
Amazing.
I've got it. Just here's something I prepared earlier.
Yeah, I was going to say, no, bring it out, like promo time. Let's do it, of course. Oh, it's beautiful packaging, sweetie, as well. I love
Thank
that.
you. I
Yeah,
designed it. I actually designed all of it.
so good.
Yeah. So it's watermelon scent, setting spray for self tan. So it literally turns so you can use it at home, in a salon, spray it on. You'd go from sticky to matte dry instantly. Like it's actually a game changer. And you can wear a white t-shirt, hop into bed. You can spray it on the toilet seat.
Yeah, I love that. I never thought of that, but that makes so much sense because you get the mark behind your, legs.
The marks behind the legs. Yeah. I remember I was explaining it to my cleaner once in my old house. She's like, oh, is that why they've got the marks on the seat? I'm like, yeah, babe, it's fake tan.
I was laughing before you even finished what you were going to say.
Oh, no.
I love you. Yeah, babe.
Yeah, babe.
Yeah.
So I was wondering what those marks were. Anyway,
It makes sense.
we're doing.
Yes. Okay, gorgeous one. Tell us, switching gears entirely, but I always love to kind of finish up on what self is your favorite and why. And we're looking at the framework behind me that you had
Yes.
before as well.
So I would say the legacy self.
Mm.
You know, being a single mum, losing my mum, I kind of just really just instill in my daughter that I'm just like, you know what? You don't need a man to look after you. You can do this yourself. She obviously doesn't know what I've been through. She's only 7.
Yeah.
But I'm just like showing her that like anyone can do it. And she's like my hype girl. Like she's so obsessed with like Oh My Glo and supporting it and tells everyone about it. I remember in kinder, the teacher would come up to me at the end of the day and was like, Tia was in the corner like spraying, like pretending she was spraying. And they're like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm just spray tanning like my mum does. And I'm like,
Oh my God, that's so cute.
yeah. So I think just, I don't know, trying to just be like, you can do it, babe. If I can do it, you can do it. If I don't even know like how I'm doing it. I'm just doing it.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? What you're talking about is modeling in action. All of my books, I've got 3 books out. Jonah is in the front page, like everything's dedicated to him. I want him to see that his mum's strong and resilient, and whatever you put your mind to, you can do it.
100%.
I still don't know if he does, because I don't get that hype stuff from my son, but that's okay. I know he loves it.
Boys are like, yeah, cool story.
Yeah, at best. But maybe my joke is from 0 to 10, he was my baby koala. So he was literally on top of me. He's going to hate that I'm saying this, and I promise I never normally talk about him. But 0 to 10, he was on top of me. He just was like always around me, which was super cute, but also intense. And then it was like from like 10 to the next little bit, can't get further enough away from me. So I'm hoping in like the 3rd decade, it kind of balances out.
Do you know what? That's actually really good to know, because I always think like at this point, when Tia comes here, it's like she wants to be in my bed and she wants to be on top of me, and it's like got this big couch and she wants to sit right next to me, and I'm like,
yeah,
okay, like
yeah, enjoy it, and then it goes.
I know I'm trying to embrace it, but sometimes I'm like, just give me a minute. But you know what? I think hearing that, I will.
Yeah, I wish
they'll get over you, and will be embarrassing.
Yes. And I never thought it would, because I couldn't, like, he literally jumping on top of me 24/7, all like just jumping, hugging.
Does it just stop one day?
I mean, something happened. I had a health challenge and I had to get Dad to step in more so.
Right.
Because I had to, and that was it was a forced kind of change point, but that's okay. We're so amazing at co-parenting, and I'm very close to my former husband's wife and their baby as well, who's 4. I went to his birthday on the weekend. Like, we're all really close.
I think that helps.
Yeah. So that was what changed for us. And then COVID hit, and it was like my life partner's business shut down. So I was like, well, I can't homeschool. I can't do, like, what? So I had to make a call, and it wasn't loved by everyone involved, but I was like, I have to build my business to pay for our house and food. Yeah. Yeah. So you guys have to do that. I'm sorry, like, that, because he was there most of the time anyway. And it was like, no, like, we get it, but it was very hard for all of us, because it's like, I have so much guilt. I'm the mom. I'm supposed to be homeschooled. No, I was going to die if I did that. Who's going to pay? I wouldn't pay. I couldn't survive doing that.
Yeah.
Literally.
I don't think, there's obviously always going to be that guilt, but you got to do what you got to do, babe, to survive.
I know. So I made that decision, and then I hated myself for a while, but then I've worked on that hating myself part. I know where that's come from, and that's surfaced in a few episodes of the podcast as well, which is coming out on some of my talks and things. There was significant childhood trauma that I went through, unfortunately.
Don't we all have that?
I hope we haven't all been sexually abused as children.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So when I say I've been through it, I've been through it. And that came through my 40s when I almost wanted to end everything because I was just, something inside was like, something's not right. Something's not right.
And you know what? It's eventually it always comes back up no matter how. I'm really like proud of you for talking about it. It's not easy.
No, it was one of my guests on the podcast just this year that gave me permission. I felt my whole my whole being, and I was like, Claire, I'm going to say something. She's like, say
Oh
it,
my
say it.
God.
And I went,
It just came out.
and then I was like, yeah. And then now I talk about it I just gave a talk to close to 100 people live on Friday. I was the opening speaker, and I was setting the intention for the day, and I shared part of that and everything else and in the brief time I had alongside revealing my framework and my client testimonials. But I shared that because I'm okay with that, because what I learned in that process was there's nothing wrong with me.
No.
I was attracting friendships and partners that were not right for me because I didn't love myself, because something happened that shouldn't have happened that skewed my perception of love, of healthy love. And it took me to my 40s to have another breaking point to go, what the frig is going on here? Someone help me get to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then one therapist just asked me something, and then it was revealed.
It
and I was
triggered
like,
it, and it just came out. But how amazing.
Yeah. It is amazing. I'm amazing. We're all amazing. I'm amazing. I never could say
You're
that.
amazing.
I am
You're
amazing.
I'm proud of you. You should be proud of yourself.
I am so proud of myself.
I had no idea about any of this.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I feel like there's a big gap. Like I've known you for what, 34 years?
Well, the thing is though, honey,
but there was a big age gap.
Well, but what year were you born?
85.
Yeah, so only 5 years. It feels like a big gap, but there's not really.
It feels like a big gap.
Also, this stuff is heavy. I didn't know what I was carrying either. So I couldn't talk about it. And also, I've tried to speak with certain friends and family, and I respect them. They don't really want to know about it either. So I'm like, okay, love and light to all of you. I love you all, but I'll share it in my own way, and I don't really care what anyone thinks. I never go into details. It's no one's business what happened and who and how and when. And I love my family. They're all very kind, but it happened and it was bad, and it was over a number of years, and it ruined.
It's also not okay for I mean, you've also got to look at it like it's not okay for people to kind of like in your family, or those that you tried to confide in that kind of didn't want to borrow that. Like that's,
Well, I know, and
I mean, there's also a lot going on with them, so there's
I
so
try
much
and take it. Being heart-centered to me means acceptance for all parts of ourselves and all beings.
Yep.
Including everyone of different religions, different belief systems, including my family of origin, including everything. So what I come from is a place of reverence for my family and what they've given to me. And I also come from a great place of reverence that if you, whoever you are, can't receive that, don't get me wrong, that still hurts me if they can't receive it.
Yeah.
And probably part of where I have the outlet of the podcast and my talks and things like that is to be received. But I don't want to sit in a place of, why can't you receive me? And believe me, those thoughts arise. And then I just go, because.
But you don't get wrapped up in it. And you know what? You've got other people that want to.
Well, some people can't receive that stuff. Here's the thing, honey. It's not about that stuff, that circumstance of them not receiving. That's not about me. That's about them. I've spent my whole life working 100%. On myself. And 100%. When you work on yourself, you can receive people at different levels. You can receive heaviness, even from your own family. If they don't want to work on themselves to be able to hold space for others in their family or outside of that, love and light to you, that's okay.
You know what? There was one point in my life, and I realized if you expect people to be or say if you expect people to be how you want them to be, or say what you want them to say, or say the right thing, you're always just going to be disappointed.
Totally. And again,
you can't control anyone else.
You can't. And that's the thing is, that's okay. It has to be okay.
Yeah.
It has to be okay. It's just
once you realize that, you kind of just like, okay.
And then you find your outlet. Hence, what it did as the entrepreneur I am. I'm like, let's turn this around. Like, what's the silver lining here? Okay, let's bring on this juicy, vulnerable podcast and all my talks and things.
But how amazing is this?
Yeah, because it propelled me to go, okay, you don't want to hear it. These people do.
Like I was like so nervous for today, but this has been amazing.
Oh, thank you. I love talking and asking questions and learning about people. So
Yeah.
it's one of my favorite platforms. So let's go into our beautiful, lucky last question, my beautiful Zoe. What advice do you have for anyone who is building a business that serves both the world and their heart?
I think just don't give a shit what other people think. Sorry.
Oh, you can swear, it's fine.
Don't let anyone hold you back. Just do it. Just do it. Start with the why. Don't wait for anything to be perfect, and just if you've got an idea, like you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just you don't have to, just like look at a product or look at something, look at the worst reviews and be like, okay, I'm gonna take that information and I'm gonna make it better.
Yeah. Beautiful. I love that.
That's all I got.
It's beautiful. Is there
I think
anything
that's
else?
what I did, just and fake it till you make it,
It's funny, I'm not I know what you mean. And I know it's well said. And I'm like, oh, I can't say yes to that. Be yourself until you make it. There's no need to fake it.
Be yourself, and no. But also, you've always got to be yourself. Be your authentic self. Well, if you're not your true self, then you're not going to come across as authentic. And
at the same time, if fake it till you make it works for you, then we can back that. This is your episode, my love.
Oh, okay, great. Let's do that.
Yeah, that's just my take on it. Is that because I'm the authentic, if that's your thing, that's okay. That's fine, because that's your map of the world, and that's
we just make it up as we go.
Yeah,
but obviously, like with amazing products.
Yes, and amazing services.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you, gorgeous one. Thank you so much for being here. We love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
The information provided on this podcast is for informational and educational purposes only and should not be considered medical, health, or financial advice. Always consult with a qualified health professional or financial advisor before making any decisions related to your personal health or finances.